Welcome back, Hordlings. More Eschalon. Book 3 is here. It's time to check out the Eastern Astral Range. Another secret area. More shit to sell. We have a bit of an anagram puzzle here. It's not too hard to figure out. Dead thieves can't steal. We got jumped by some defeated grubs. How people blow up. Oh, they turn into the little shitty grubs. Defeated grub tumor. I went and got one of our powder kegs here. So we can grab the diamond key, which gets us into the last Master Warren's room in the repository. Ironically, I found spider silk while foraging. Gets us to another secret area here. With a lot of wine. Vintage whiskey. Seems to be worth a good amount of money. We'll take it. Brings us to another path in Alundar's realm. Alright, we're gonna make a... Let's go ahead and replace our portal... no, not yet. We'll do portal 3 here. Actually, the geo marker shouldn't be too far. Let's go grab that. Lots of tombs. This path begins to Alundar, the supreme sovereign ruler of the astral range and the eternity of the realm of Fandugan. Finished exploring the eastern astral area here. There's not much more to it. It's Captain Morgan. You see an oddly familiar man who's clearly drunk, singing a sea shanty while taking swigs from a jug of rum. When he sees you, he stops mid-verse and exclaims, "Hey! Don't I know you from somewhere?" "You seem familiar to me, too. Perhaps we've met." "I don't know. I'm pretty good with faces when I get a good look at them. Well, anyways, I don't recognize my own face sometimes, but I'm great with others." The man suddenly snaps to attention. "Oh, where are my manners? I'm Captain George Morgan, formerly of the Darkford Guard, and now serving proudly as the leader of Eschalon Maritime First Alert Corps." "What are you doing here?" "I have the most important duty of all. I'm protecting Eschalon from invaders. That's what I'm doing." Captain Morgan zones out for a moment, swaying back and forth like he might fall over. "I protect Eschalon is what I meant to say. That's right. For example, if I see a suspicious ship pass by the beach, I light the torches and I alert the mainland so they're aware." "Aware of what?" "Of suspicious ship, of course. It's my duty as captain to be vigilant. Just last week, I alerted the mainland of 2 fishing boats that might have been hauling illegal spice." "Might have?" "Yeah, that's right. If we don't stop the illegal flow of spice in Eschalon, who will?" "I wasn't aware spices were illegal. What province enforces that law?" Captain Morgan just stares at you for a moment as if he can't believe you don't know what he's talking about. They all do, I think. Anyways, it's not just spice smugglers that I report. If I see a pirate ship, I signal the mainland of that kind of ship as well. Who are you signaling to? Anyone on the mainland that might be looking out to sea, of course. Wait, this Maritime First Alert Corps, is this something you made up? No, I didn't make it up. That's crazy. I formed the Service Corps because there was a need for someone to alert the mainland of suspicious activity. That's why I made this up. I'm always looking for new recruits. If you have what it takes to be a member of the First Alert Corps, you should sign up. There's a new recruit position available, and I have time to interview you right now if you're interested. Under any other circumstances, I'd be happy to try out for the Corps. Unfortunately, I really must be on my way. That's probably for the best. 9 out of 10 recruits don't have it in them to be in the Corps anyway. Captain Morgan takes another swig of rum. I say you should try again tomorrow. Maybe you'll pass the test then. You were just unlucky today. The man staggers away, turning briefly to gaze out to the sea before sitting down near his fire. I should probably put this guy out of his misery. All right, well, let's warp to Rockhammer. I'm not positive the key will get us in. The diamond key will get us into the repository because it's not no longer a physical item, I should say. So let's grab a pendant just in case. Now steal stuff quite easily. Yeah, it doesn't look like he lets us in there with the diamond key, so good thing we grabbed the pendant. This is the last item you can get from the vault, so at least I think it is. I'm not going to kill this guy just in case it's not. But the diamond key should open this. All the goody goods. There's Bitter Sting, the bow we need. Yeah, we got lots of money. There's Detox. And a bunch of rings we don't need. I'm pretty sure we're done here. Fuck it. I'm killing this asshole. Oh shit! He mega blows up. Fuck it. You're lucky you're in control of that gate, buddy. Alright, well, we gotta return to Edgar because we have Bitter Sting. And then after we appease Edgar, we can return to Shepherd Nicholas and tidy up both of our last two side questicles here. Can we get some fucking daylight? I don't know if I'm going to even bother with alchemy at this point. As far as I know, we're pretty close to the end of the game. I'm thinking we just go for it. It would have been kind of cool if they had some kind of transfer system where you could bring your character from 1 to 2 to 3, but unfortunately they didn't do anything like that. We need to go get our bow secret after this. Ah, the 20-pound shield, that'll do it. Oh, Edgar, I got your bow. I recovered bitter sting. Edgar looks upon the weapon, and you sense a change in his temperament. Yes, yes, that is my bitter sting. Give it to me. He reaches out to take it, but his corporeal hands pass right through. This seems to frustrate him greatly. That is my bow. Leave it. Lay it down inside my coffin and remove yourself from my crypt at once. Edgar screams. You sense that the crypt is saturated with negative energy now. Feelings of contempt, anger, and jealousy. You promised you would leave this realm if I brought you bitter sting. I will leave when I'm ready to leave, asshole. Who are you to tell me what to do? Edgar asks. He glances at bitter sting still in your hands, and you feel his anger swell. Give me my bitter sting! He yells yet again. Suddenly you sense Edgar's temperament has fully changed, and he begins to aggressively approach you. You fucked up, Ghost! Night, Edgar! Bitter sting is mine! Alright. Shepherd Nicholas. Edgar's no longer haunting the town of Wanderer's Glen. Very good, thank you for your service. This realm is a bit more balanced with that wraith no longer lingering here. Take this gold as a show of appreciation from the temple. My fetid grub tumor. So apparently there is no repair book. So the best you can do is train in the skill and fuck around that way, which kind of sucks. So I think I'll just look for a second ring if one pops up. If not, oh well. Doesn't look like they're gonna give me my grand hat of the mages unless we find it here in the last area. I'm really not finding anything worth a shit for a mage. Let's buy 44 arrows. Fuck it. Stop! I didn't identify it. Mithril War Speller. Big deal. Alright, back to 20,000 gold, the way I like it. At this point, should probably just buy the Necromancer hat. Can't even find one of those. Of course, now that I've bought it, they'll start dropping. Lose elemental and intelligence, which means we might want to pump one back into divination, or excuse me, elemental, but now we can just pump one into each. A pain in the pooter. Nothing we really need there. Let's go and grab a few of these just in case. I'm gonna just hang on to my level for now. We're 18, so that'll make us 19, and we should be able to get to 20 here before finishing. It's definitely odd that this book 3 seems a lot shorter than 1 and 2. I highly doubt it's going to take me to video 20 or 21 to complete it. Alright, so now we can use Bitter Sting. Check the items here, and if there's not jack shit, well, I need to repair my boots. They're getting beat up. Okay. Epic Striders, studded reptile hide boots. I mean... Perfect dragon skin boots. These are... He's going to give us 10 hit points. The move silently is completely useless, but the +5 concentration is nice. Fuck it. Give me some boots. Give me some awesome boots. These are a lot cheaper with that armor rating, but I like the hit points and the concentration. But we want that damn Epic Intellectus helmet. This is the guy that's supposed to be able to sell it. But we'd have to sit here and sleep and sleep and sleep until it popped up on the radar. But big upgrade from those boots anyways. In fact, we'll drop those on the ground. Concentration gives us a bit more encumbrance and supposedly helps us with our spells. I'll buy a second repair ring. I think I'll just buy this for theme. It's that or 2 mana rings. There's D-Hex. I didn't get Lockmelt yet, did I? Yeah, I did. I don't need Lockmelt. I need the trap one. I really don't need Mass Boil with Supernova. +3 intelligence, +2 elemental. Nah. Keep that. So we got our repair rings there. We got 20 magic resistance, 20 elemental resistance. Makes sense as a mage. Heavy belt. Alright, well, it is what it is. I'm gonna need my elemental skill. Fuck it. We're gonna do that. Oh, that's right, I got the extra points. We'll get another level, I'll save them. And I fucked up and lost that alchemy book. So at this point we would need to level twice, get to level 21, then we'd be able to at least get to alchemy 20 with the book. And then we could pump our armor up a little bit more. Thing is that's can't pump shit into that because that's at 3. We could add +3 to all these items. But let's face it, it's not going to make or break whether or not we finish this game or not. I think this is the only thing we need the bow for. See ya. Good, I'm hungry. We need more water. Well, at least now we're 31 divination and elemental. So we can cast our tier 6 spells. Is that water? Son of a bitch. Master's Guide the bow. Sure. Now we're level 5 bows, not that I care. These arrows might be worth more money. Puts us at 27 out of 30 secrets. Might be some in front of us. I'm not sure. To be quite honest, I haven't been keeping track of it too much. But hopefully we get all of them. I guess he's cool with me. we got that secret. Yeah, I don't know where the other 3 are. I have to go through all the fucking check off everyone we've done. Guess I could take a look here. It doesn't look like there's any more in front of us. But I don't know if it's going to necessarily pop out which ones I've been missing. Looking around for these secrets, and it started snowing. You don't see this effect nearly as much as the rain, so I figured I'd record some of it. Double checking some of the areas. Yep. Got that one. Alright, so it looks like I missed 2 actually here in East Merkland Delta. Once we got this chest here, but you keep walking to this smooth stone. There's a smooth rock here, probably a favorite sitting stone for the Akadai King spawn. Yep, that's one of them. The other one, I believe, is going to be down here in this area that we didn't uncover. But what we need to do is go back through the western, or go back to main Merkland and then go down further. And I'll pause the camera so we don't waste time backtracking. So back in Merkland, you take the southeastern exit. Will bring us out here. We actually, I think we popped out here and then we headed back because we didn't want to uncover too much. But there's a anvil and hammer out here just chilling. Another secret area. That leaves us with 1 secret area. Let's see if we can find it. Alright folks, here is the final secret. It was in the lair of the Imayu Witch. There's a lever way out here that I did not see. Once you shoot that lever, it opens this gate here that I didn't bother to figure out. But that's it. It's all 30 secrets. Hallelujah! I don't give a shit about a sextant. And obviously I don't care about any of this at this point. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge and back to Alundar's realm. Don't ask me what I'm doing. Fucking my boots up good. Alright, I got the giant fish head from my barrel. We got all the secrets. We got a portal right in front of Alundar. Or Alundar, or however the fuck he says. Oh, that's right. For some reason, you can't. There's a magic dampener here. lean, intimidating man dressed in expensive silk clothing watches you carefully as you approach him. Stop right there, that's close enough. He speaks with an accent that originates from the desert of Baria. I am Alundar, Sovereign Supreme of the Astral Range. As you do not appear to be a spice trader, I assume you come to seek passage through my lands, correct?
I would like to inquire about passage.
You'd like to inquire about passage? It's an odd way of stating your reason for trespassing in my land. You're either a traveler who's come prepared to pay the necessary toll, or you're an unwelcome vagrant. The toll for passing through my territory is 2,000 gold, and the toll for vagrancy is death.
It seems like a lot of gold just to pass over some mountains.
Alundar's face reddens with ire. His arms cross, and he clenches his teeth, tensing the muscles in his jaw. He looks you up and down and finally speaks. I understand. You're a refugee from Wilderan. I hear that the goblins have started their invasion, which made life unpleasant for many. This will not be a problem. I give special price for refugees, 4,000 gold. This is a toll for cowardly mongrels who flee their homes. Alundar places his hand on the hilt of a large sword, and his waist, and glares at you with disdain.
Perhaps we've got off to a bad start. I've come to trade, actually.
Alundar crouches his arms and looks you. He throws you a look of both suspicion and contempt. Look at me, he says with a booming voice. I'm surrounded by gold and silk. The air is my home. The air in my home is filled with exotic spices from the far reaches of Eschalon. I have an army of loyalists at my call. And you are dressed as a second-rate grave robber and smell as if you're in need of a bath. What could you possibly have to trade that would elicit even the smallest bit of curiosity from me?
I brought you the head of your enemy.
Alundar appears puzzled at first, but after looking it over soon realizes whose head you have. This is the wretched Frog King of Merklin, yes? He appears genuinely happy, a mood that's probably rare for him. I know exactly where I will mount this. Everyone will know there is not a king or peasant in all of Eschalon who can insult the great Alundar and live. Alright, you've done it. You truly surprised me. What can I do for you?
Actually, I was hoping to speak with one of your prisoners. It will only be a short visit.
Alundar looks suspicious. One of my prisoners? Who?
Karamiklan.
He seems taken aback. You wish to speak with Karamiklan? It's not a request I would grant even my most trusted lieutenant. What is it you wish to speak with him about?
My business is my own, but I only seek wisdom that he's said to possess. Have I not earned your trust by bringing you the head of your enemy?
Alundar pauses, looking at the stinking head lying at his feet. I suppose so, stranger. Alright, I shall grant you 5 minutes with Karamiklan, not a second longer. If you have tapped anything foolish, I'll send my entire army upon you to cut you into scraps from my dog.
Thank you, great Alundar.
Alundar walks into his living quarters and pulls a lever, opening the nearby steel doors to his dungeon. He doesn't say a word to you. When he returns, he simply nods and motions to open the doors. There is stuff in his back room, potion of invisibility, a bar of gold, a recipe, and then the Fan Dugan Pass, which I guess is needed to get into the mod if you're planning on doing that. The gate to Fan Dugan is out here, but of course, unless you install that additional mod, you cannot get into that region. Yeah, I guess we could sneak back there invisible, just to show you. I think the lever also opens the pass. Or no, the lever will actually open the way into the dungeon here as well. If you don't pay him, or if you don't, or if you end up killing him, or if you don't have the frog head. There's the pass. Worth 1,000 gold. Take it to sell it. Not that any of that really matters at this point. The interior of Alundar's dungeon is dry, not as cold as you imagine it might be. There's a pungent scent in the air, somewhat like sulfur. The main hall from the entrance is clean and well maintained. From the looks of it, this dungeon doesn't contain any prisoners. The cells are empty and clean, and they do not look like they've ever held a single person. The Great Book of Alka tells us that the way through the first gate of immortality is the sum of a man's valor. A painting of a barbarian prince fighting in a battle. The caption reads, Prince Rundar stands alone against Therod's famed 1001 infantry. So remember that number 1001. A painting of a barbarian warlord surrounded by sheep. The caption reads, Varys gives 1,800 sheep to an enemy clan to ensure they survive the harsh winter so they could be properly defeated by his forces in the spring. A painting of a barbarian warlord lifting an enormous rock over his head. The caption reads, Tyrannus lifts a 750-pound rock off a child's leg. So all you have to do is add those numbers together to get the code, which is 3551. Then you travel down this hallway. This one's a little trickier. The Great Book of Alka tells us that the way through the second gate of immortality is the removal of all fear from the totality of valor. So we have our first number, which is 3,551, which you have to remember that. A painting of a ghostly figure rising from the grave. The caption reads, Athenur rises from the underworld after serving 100 years for killing his father. Painting of a barbarian warlord hung across says the Pale King is crucified after being captured and having survived 658 arrow wounds in the Battle of North Rock. And a painting of a 10-headed serpent. The caption reads, Metar slays the serpent of the acrid waste. So you take 100, 658, and 10. You get 768, and you subtract that from 3,551, which gives you 2,783, which gives you your two combination numbers here. Getting to the end. From within the darkened chamber ahead, you hear the low, thunderous growl of an enormous beast. Its eyes pierce the darkness, carefully watching as you approach. The moment you step into this antechamber, a great serpent pulls himself forward atop glistening mounds of gold coins, sticking his head through the chamber threshold.
What have we here?
The great beast asks in a voice that shakes the stone walls around you.
A visitor? A thief? State your intention, human. I'm in search of a prisoner here in the dungeon. His name is Karamiklan. Would this be you?
The creature extends his head forward a bit more, bringing his snout within an arm's reach of you. As he inhales deeply, the air around you is quickly drawn away, which nearly sweeps you from your feet. He smacks his tongue inside of his mouth to taste the air, and then is seemingly satisfied with the results. He finally responds,
Yes, I am Karamiklan the Silver, last remaining dragon of the West Winds. I know why you've come to see me, but tell me with your own words. I so rarely get to talk to outsiders.
An acquaintance of yours named Mirabal sent me. We seek your guidance.
Mirabal? I haven't heard that name in half a century. How is that old codger these days? Is he still playing around with those ridiculous crystals I see?
Well, yes. We need to know what insights you have with the Crux crystals and the Oracle. Eschalon faces a horrible cataclysm soon if we do nothing to prevent it. Karamiklan grunts.
Yes, I know what's happening out there, among the world of men and dwarves. I can see it all from here. We are coming to an age, an end of this age, and this game of stones you've been playing demands its vital conditions be met. So, human, ask of me what you want. My role in this is to share my knowledge before I am gone, and so all my knowledge is yours to have. What can you tell me of this approaching cataclysm? The cataclysm that approaches is a natural event. Great pressure builds inside Eschalon, which must be vented from time to time. Normally, this occurs with little fanfare, perhaps as a distant volcano which smolders for a day or two. However, what is about to happen is far bigger than anything before it. An ancient rift to the east is cracked, and bedrock cleared to Eschalon's core. The unfathomable pressure of the core is driving magma up through the bedrock, and a great volcanic cone now swells high above the rim of the chasm. The explosion is imminent, and magma boiling within is rich with toxic candesium. Yes, you know the element of which I speak. The Crux crystals themselves are made of this material.
And this toxic candesium will somehow pollute the world?
That is correct. When the eruption occurs, the ejection of molten rock will rip the firmament apart, and it will rain fire, ash, and stone upon every inch of Eschalon. All life will end under the dark cloak of the smoldering sky in the radiant glow of candesium dust. What do you know of the creatures we call the Oracle? The Oracle.
Those little mysterious beings of myth and lore. Their origin is far less mythical than you might imagine. Know this. In our timeline, this cataclysm will occur. When it does, all life will perish except for a few creatures who dwell deep underground. Yes, even a few isolated groups of dwarves will live through the cataclysm while they mine deep in the darkness of the mountains. Those few dwarves will likely not even be aware that such a horrible cataclysm has occurred at the surface.
You're telling me the Oracle are dwarves? No, dumbass. Not any more than a butterfly can still be called a caterpillar. After this event passes, contaminated water trickles down from the surface to the underworld and slowly affects these dwarves. Unable to return to the surface, they mutate as the centuries pass by. Their eyes will grow large from the darkness and their bodies become frail. During these years, they will toil away on their machines and become even greater masters of engineering. Generations after generations, they will craft new technology to learn to utilize the energy of candesium in ways unknown to us now. When they finally emerge from the underworld a millennium later, they will be ghostly small beings who no longer remember their dwarven heritage. They will truly be out of place in this strange new world.
Why is Malchus so intent on preventing the other Oracle from averting this cataclysm?
In the distant future, when the Oracle emerge from the underground, they discover that Eschalon is a new and unknown world. The Oracle are people with no future and no past, stuck in a world which they cannot survive in. What remains of their historical text spoke of the cataclysm, which originally trapped their ancestors underground. With no future ahead of them, they decided to travel into the past to stop this cataclysmic event from occurring, hoping to undo the curse that they believe nature wrought unto them. Gathering 4 powerful Candesium stones that they mined during their centuries underground, they devised a machine to travel back in time. However, they overshot their arrival date by more than 200 years, and their craft suffered critical damage which needed to be fixed to complete their mission.
And this is why they divided the crux stones apart, to keep them safe while they worked to fix their craft.
Precisely. They knew it was far too dangerous to keep these stones in close proximity to each other, where they might easily be misused, and so the 4 crux stones were each hidden in different corners of the world. Even then, whispers of dissension rattled the Oracle, and the long process of fixing their craft lay ahead of them. And so it was during this time Malcolm had a change of mind. He discovered that the Oracle's plan was flawed, and it was foolish for them to attempt to alter their existing timeline. He insisted that they return to their era and live out lives out as fate is intended. He even presented evidence to the other Oracle that what they were doing would cause far more harm than the cataclysm itself. But he was rejected as a traitor to their mission, and they cast him out.
But if Malachus succeeds in returning to his future, we will all die.
We will all die anyways, such is the curse of life. The cataclysm will only hasten what the passing years will inevitably succeed in. But Malcolm knows that Eschalon must be allowed to vent this pressure, or the sphere will crack apart, utterly ending this world forever. More so, he fears that by creating a timeline loop, the other Oracle have likely begun a paradox cascade that could shatter the entire plane of existence in which Eschalon resides.
Then why didn't he just let me destroy the 2 crux stones that I had back in Talishorn Tower? That would have prevented the other Oracle from proceeding with the plans.
Malcolm needs all 4 crux stones to generate enough energy for him to return to his future. His intention is to arrive precisely as the original Oracle party leaves, crashing his machine into theirs, and fusing the broken timeline back together. He will valiantly sacrifice his life to ensure that a paradox does not collapse all of reality as we know it.
How is it that you became Alundar's prisoner?
The dragon chuckles. The sound is deep and low, making the golden coins around him rattle.
I am no more Alundar's prisoner than the sun is in the sky. I remain here because our symbiotic partnership. You see, Alundar simply wants the bragging rights of saying he has a dragon chained up in his dungeon, and I have happily obliged this desire of his.
How does this benefit you?
Look at me. I sleep atop an untold fortune of gold coins. The gold makes for such comfortable accommodations, and the mere threat of a dragon protecting Alundar's wealth means I never have to worry about someone trying to steal it. For that matter, if Alundar ever tries to take the gold away from me, I will simply vaporize him. All of this really became my gold the day he brought me here. Did I mention the food? I get a fresh sheep brought to me twice a week. I don't have to go out and hunt for my dinner, where every would-be hero in Eschalon would try to slay me for a fleeting moment of fame and glory. Yes, believe me, little human, this arrangement between Alundar and myself worked out exceptionally well for both of us.
Perhaps you are right, but you've also grown too large to leave.
You've noticed, have you? Yes, you're correct about that. I've lived a very long life, and I'm the last of my kind. This grand dungeon will eventually become my tomb, and thereafter a shrine to the last and greatest dragon that has ever lived.
I have no other questions of my own. Urbor sent me here to seek your advice.
My advice? Of all my expansive knowledge, what insight of mine would you like me to share with you?
Perhaps more importantly, we must locate the 4th crux stone. I have located 2, and we know Malkur has a 3rd. Where is the 4th crux crystal?
Karamiklan huffs, his breath scattering gold coins as if they were nothing more than grains of sand.
Ah, the 4th crux stone, the missing link, the puzzle piece that everyone seems to be killing each other for.
The beast reached down into the pile of gold just below his chin, dragging his claws back and forth through the shimmering coins. After a few seemingly random passes, he pinches his claws together and pulls from the coins a gleaming blue gemstone.
This is what you seek. It is called ubiquity, but you may refer to it as the crux of wisdom. I have had it all along.
You have it? Erebor will be relieved to know the final crux has been safe with you this entire time.
The Stone of Ubiquity has passed from one warlord to another since it was first gifted to the clans of Barrier. When Alundar plundered it years ago, I convinced him that it should be held under my supervision, to which he obliged. I've kept it close to me all this time, buried under gold to keep it out of sight and prevent it from poisoning me. I believe Alundar's likely forgotten he even possesses this gemstone, and he certainly never knew of its significance. I will summon for Urbor to come here. He'll be pleased to see you, and 2 of you can discuss what we shall do with the crux stones. Would he be pleased to see me? I am sure your boys hope to enlist the help of a dragon in his endeavors to secure the crux stones from Malkur, but to what end? To simply hand the stones over to the Oracle so they can continue with their foolish plan? I think not.
Karamiklan's gaze has not left you since you stepped into the antechamber, and you find it difficult to be aware of anything else while this great beast is focused upon you. However, you notice that the reflection in his eye has given away a figure approaching from behind. Before you can turn to see who it is, Karamiklan speaks again.
I hope you don't mind. I anticipated your arrival and had invited an old friend to join us. Malkur, my dear friend, today we can finally end this ridiculous war of the crux stones. Here is the crux of wisdom. It has been an honor to keep it safe for you.
Thank you, great Karamiklan. History will remember you as a hero.
Malkur turns to speak to you.
But you are more than a hero. You will be remembered as a champion, a savior. I only hope that you do not resent me for what I put you through. You are surprised you do not recall our past because you erased your memory to keep Erebor and Corin from knowing the truth. This has been our plan all along, and despite some setbacks, we still made it here.
You are lying to me like you lied to countless others. My duty has always been to keep you from getting these crystals.
No. Our plan has always been for you to help me secure these stones. You simply don't remember. Everything we have done from the start has been designed to encourage Erebor to push you towards locating these crux stones.
If this is true, why'd you attempt to kill me in Talis Horn Tower?
I am sorry to have frightened you, friend. It was merely a ruse for Erebor who was watching, and I did not intend to send the crux of fire with you to Wilderin. Still, Erebor led you directly to the final missing crux stone, just as we anticipated.
Erebor teleports into the antechamber.
Karamiklan, you deceitful serpent! You've had the 4th crux stone this entire time, and now you wish to aid the enemy?
He turns to you.
Shield your ears from these lies. Keep those crux close to you. Malkur will not attack you for fear he will accidentally destroy them.
I'm not your enemy, though. If I cannot convince you of this now, I will need to destroy you to claim the 2 stones that you possess. You anticipated this outcome and have already forgiven me if I must.
Erebor begins to cast a teleportation spell on you.
Listen to me. We cannot fight Malkur here because Karamiklan is too dangerous. Our forces have gathered at Macross Point. I'm sending you there now. The final act must be played out upon the battlefield.
Just as you feel yourself being swept away by Erebor's spell, you hear Malkar say,
It is not too late, my friend. We must save Eschalon from the reckless plan of the other Oroker.
Erebor's teleportation spell whisks you from the dungeon. You feel the familiar sensation of rapidly moving to a new location. You're not quite within the physical realm, but not quite outside of it. Clarity strikes you and you sense that you can control the effects of the teleport. Perhaps it's the crux stones you carry giving you the power to command your own destiny. You're aware that you can make a choice. For the first time, your destiny is something you can truly forge yourself. A decision now rests heavy upon your shoulders as you near the battlefront. Do you choose to side with Erebor and fight to stop the approaching cataclysm? Or do you side with Malkur and fight to repair the timeline and let the cataclysm occur? I'm Ronstock. Malkur, duh! When you arrive, Malkur's first line is already in place. A division of goblin hackers and archers are moving north to secure the river. Erebor has charged you with treason and notified his troops. All of his forces will be targeting you, but you must survive. Alright, so here we are with the final battle. We are the nefarious evil wizard Ronstock, so of course we're going to do the evil ending as the official ending, and then we can always reload and do the quote-unquote good ending. assuming they're gonna... Yep. Guess they will let us save you. Alright, start lighting people up. All I got is a group of goblins. Reinforcements on both sides are arriving. Urbor has called on the rangers of Elderok. Taita's cause. Malker has brought in a herd of Toroks. Alright. Just like that. Oh shit. Well, probably shouldn't cast Supernova. What the fuck was that? Son of a bitch. I'm gonna reload and beat these dwarves and come back. Alright. Beating on these dwarves again. I don't know what I hit last time that pissed off the goblins. think they're just giving you time to get mana back, or... Come on, Taurex, we need your help. Oh, I did compressed air and it hurt the other guys. I need to be careful of that. Well, we're not going to get alchemy, so... Get our armor better. I don't think it matters. Another wave from both sides. Erebor has brought the allegiance of dark steel mercenaries. Malker summons a skeletal army that Viazil has crafted for him. God damn it, I hit the fucking goblins again. I would have came with a lot more mana potions if I knew this shit. Battle continues. Erebor received another company of dwarves from the north. Malakar summons a murder of Phoenix backed by a herd of Taurex spearmasters. I'm just going to stay on the edge and keep out of it. Oh shit. They're supposed to be fighting each other.
I pissed off the skeletons, so now everyone's coming after me. Both sides depleted of forces, each brings in their final combatant. Erebor has summoned a dimensional eye from the Aether Plane, and Malkur brings forth a dimensional eye from the Realm of Flame. At least the Phoenixes and these guys don't want to fuck me up. There he is. Fucking Potion of Destiny, baby! Erebor's dimensional eye has been slain. Malkur's forces are victorious! Through the haze of smoke, dust, and spent magic, you see Erebor appear. His eyes pan around the waste of the battlefield before he speaks. Why? He asks. After all we've been through, why did you abandon the cause in the final hour? Erebor lowers his head. I will retreat to the distant lands beyond the great western sea and await the coming cataclysm. I remain convinced that Malkur's selfish and reckless plan to stop the other oracle will result in the death of all of us. But I have not the resources nor the motivation to fight for the future of this world any longer. With that, Erebor turns and walks away, disappearing into the lingering haze. Malkur stands next to you. You're unsure of when he arrived, and are startled when he speaks.
You have done so very well, old friend. Do not feel bad for Erebor. He fought hard for what he believed in. It is unfortunate that we could not convince him that our efforts were virtuous.
Turning to face you, Malkur finally says,
It is time. Hand me the crux stones that you carry.
With little hesitation, you place the stones into his slender gray hands. You are not bound to the crystals. On the contrary, to be rid of them gives you a sense of relief that you have not felt in many years. Malkur looks to the sky.
I will summon my craft. There's no reason to further delay my quest.
You can sense that he is satisfied. But you don't share his satisfaction. You feel confused and lost. Who are you? Indeed, how in the final moment did you turn against everything you spent years fighting for? You can't shake the feeling that you wronged Erebor despite believing that you did the right thing. Somehow you must overcome any feeling of doubt and be at peace with your decision. Rather than staying to see Malkur off, you walk away. You sense that Malkur is watching you, but he says nothing as you leave. What does the future hold? For the first time in your life, you don't care. Let the end of the world come if that's what fate chooses. This night you will not sleep, but rather gaze up at the stars and appreciate the beauty of it all. The future is as uncertain as it ever was, and you feel obligated to make the most of it. Tomorrow, you'll sell all your gear. Perhaps you'll buy a boat. You've always wondered what lies beyond the great western sea. Alright, Ronstock the Warlock. Level 20 Grandmaster. Completed Eschalon Book 3. Final score 11008. All the secrets. Let's go ahead and take a look at the good ending, shall we? Alright, we're going to fight for Team Erebor. Good ending. Ronstock still be sucking with that sword, even with 10 swords. Go ahead and level just to get our stuff back. Be nice having those archers. Making short work of the bad guys, especially since I haven't pissed them off. I haven't pissed off the good guys. Big ass army. Take that bitch out myself. Through the haze of smoke, dust, and spin magic, you see a thin form appear. It's Malker himself. His gaze meets yours, and you hear a voice in your head.
We are victims of our own success, old friend. Our plan worked too well. At least we can both take comfort in this fact. Our plan was the superior one.
I only hope that you would have remembered before it came to this. Malker holds out a leather satchel holding 2 Crux-stones. These are worthless without the 2 you possess. He sets the bag upon the ground. I will retreat to the distant lands beyond the Great Western Sea and await the results of Orica's plan. I am convinced that their attempt to alter the course of nature will end in catastrophe, greater than the effects of the volcano itself, though I have not the resources nor motivation to fight for the fate of this world any longer. With that, Malker turns and walks away, disappearing into the lingering haze. Erebor stands next to you. You're unsure of when he arrived and are startled when he speaks. You've done so very well, dear friend. Malker was a dangerous, diabolical creature, but he is powerless now. We will not pursue him. I'm impressed that you did not fall for his lies like so many others did. Turning to face you, Erebor finally says, It's time. Hand me the Crux stones that you carry. With little hesitation, you place the stones into his hands. You are not bound to the crystals. On the contrary, to be rid of them gives you a sense of relief that you've not felt in many years. Erebor looks to the sky. The Oracle will be arriving soon. They will want to thank you, he says cheerfully. But you don't share in his cheer. You feel confused and lost. Who the fuck are you? You can't shake the feeling that you are merely a pawn in this elaborate game between 2 masterminds. Maybe none of it was true. Maybe this whole thing was nothing more than a challenge between 2 aging wizards hell-bent on proving who was more powerful, the more powerful manipulator. Rather than staying, you turn and walk away. You sense that Erebor is watching you, but he says nothing as you leave. What does the future hold? The first time in your life, you don't give a shit. Let the end of the world come if that's what fate chooses. This night you will not sleep, but rather gaze up at the stars and appreciate the beauty of it all. The future is as uncertain as it ever was, and you feel obligated to make the most of it. Tomorrow you will sell all your gear. Perhaps you'll buy a boat. You've always wondered what lies beyond the Great Western Sea. Very similar dialogue in the endings, as you can see. But that's it, folks. Eschalon trilogy completed. It's been a wild ride. I definitely wish we would have found a lot cooler magical stuff for our wizard there at the end, but I am happy that we were at least able to get all 30 of the secrets. So, and Ronstock did become a pretty powerful motherfucker. Go ahead and enjoy some of the credits. Alright, that's a good ending. I think we got a little bit higher there because we probably killed the more guys on that battle, but it's a wrap. Hope you all enjoyed the trilogy. Thank you all for watching, especially those that stuck with me. Special shout out to Mr. Steven Jennings for putting in a lot of tips and tricks and comments. You were definitely the MVP of this trilogy. But big shout out to all of you. Love you all. And we'll see you next time for some more indie RPG goodness soon to come.